Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about another example of Smith chart. One more example of Smith chart. The given example is a line characteristic impedance 300 ohms is terminated with a load of 175 plus J207 ohms. An electrical signal of 200 MHz is transmitted along the line in free space. Determine Determine the following using Smith chart. First bit is voltage standing wave ratio, second bit load admittance, and third bit distance between the load and the first voltage minima along the transmission line. So now coming to the solution. So given that the characteristic impedance Z0 is equal 300 ohms and the load impedance ZR is equal or ZL is equal 175 plus J207 ohms and the signal frequency F is equal 200 megahertz. So calculate voltage standing wave ratio, determine load admittance and determine distance between the load and the first voltage minima along the transmission line. Given that characteristic impedance Z0 is equal 300 ohms. Load impedance is denoted by Z suffix small r or Z suffix L. Load impedance is 175 plus J207 ohms and the signal frequency F is equal 200 megahertz. 200 megahertz. So first to calculate the signal wavelength. First calculate the signal wavelength. Signal wavelength. So we know that the wavelength lambda is equal c by f. In free space, the velocity of the light c is equal 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second divided by. So given that the frequency is 200 megahertz, 200 into 10 to the power of 6 hertz. So that is equal. Simplifying this value 3 divided by 2, 1.5, and numerator and denominator 10 to the power of 8 is cancelled. The wavelength lambda is equal 1.5 meters. And steps for using Smith chart. The steps for using Smith chart, and step 1 is step 1. Step 1. Determine normalized load impedance. Determine normalized load impedance. So we know that the normalized load impedance Z suffix small r is equal Z suffix capital R divided by Z0. Z suffix capital R is the load impedance, Z suffix small r is the normalized load impedance. The normalized load impedance is given by or defined as Z suffix small r is equal Z suffix capital R divided by Z0. So given that the load impedance ZR is equal 175 plus J207 by the characteristic impedance Z0 is equal 300 ohms. 300 ohms. So that is equal 175 divided by 300, 0.5, 0.58 plus J 207 by 300 0.69. The point P. Okay. So locate now here the normalized load impedance Z suffix small r is equal 0.58 plus J 0.69. So this is the general representation of the impedance is a complex quantity. It has the real part and imaginary part, and the real part of the impedance is resistance and imaginary part of the impedance is reactance. So this real part is constant R circle and this imaginary part is constant X circle. Now here the resistance R is equal 0.58 constant circle and the reactance X is equal 0.69 reactance. So this is the Smith chart graph, and in this Smith chart this is the real axis. This is the real axis or the horizontal axis, and these are R is equal to constant circles, R is equal to 0, 0.1, 0.2 like that constant circles, and these are X is equal to constant circles, and this is above the horizontal axis and this is below the horizontal axis, and above the horizontal axis it has positive reactance value, below the horizontal axis it has negative reactance value, and this is the generator, this point is the generator and this point is the load, and this is towards the generator and this is towards the load. So now here from the given data, from the given characteristic impedance and the load impedance, the normalized load impedance ZR is equal 0.58 is the real part, that is R is equal to constant circle, and reactance is 0.69 constant circle. So mark the intersection point of R is equal to 0.8 and X is equal to 0.69 intersection point on this graph sheet, and this is X is equal to 0.8, 0.5 constant circle and 0.6 constant circle. Okay, and this is 0.55. Now here what is constant circle of R? 0.58. So this is 0.58, 0.58. And what is constant reactance circles? X is equal to 0.69 and this is 0.6 and this is 0.7 and this is 0.65 and 0.69, approximately 0.69. So intersection point of 0.7 and 0.58, 0.58. So this is the intersection point of R is equal to 0.58 constant circle and X is equal 0.59, 0.59, 0.69, not 0.59, 0.69 constant circle. So this is the intersection point. And this intersection point is considered as point P. This intersection point is considered as point P. So that point P is 0.58 plus J 0.69, that is normalized load impedance, and this is the center point, and 1 plus j0, 1 plus j0, and this is the center point origin, and this red mark is the center point origin. So next connect origin point and point P, connect origin point and point P. So using compass, origin as the center, origin as the center, OP as the radius, origin as the center and OP as the radius. Draw the VSWR circle, draw the VSWR circle. And this is VSWR circle. And this is VSWR, voltage standing wave ratio circle or constant S circle. So this VSWR circle intersects the horizontal axis or the real axis to the right of the chart. So this is the right part of the Smith chart. So this right part of the Smith chart, this VSWR circle intersect or crosses the horizontal axis or real axis. So this intersection point is considered as point M, point M. And what is this value? And this is the origin point. So origin point, and this is the 2.8. 1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2.0, and this is the 3, and this is approximately 2.8. M is equal to 2.8. M is equal to 2.8. Next, second step, find the VSWR value. So from the Smith chart, find out VSWR value. How to calculate VSWR value? So taking the center as O, taking the center as point O and the radius as OP, the VSWR circle is drawn. The distance between center and point M. So this is the VSWR circle and this is the horizontal axis. The VSWR circle meets the horizontal axis. That meeting point is considered as capital M. Capital M. So the distance between center and point M. The distance between center and point M. Where the VSWR crosses the horizontal axis on the right side of the chart gives the voltage standing wave ratio. So this is the voltage standing wave ratio value. So from this figure, from this origin to this point M is VSWR value. So what is that value here? 2.8. VSWR value is 2.8. So therefore, VSWR is equal, voltage standing wave ratio is equal, OM is equal 2.8. That is second step. Next, calculate the load admittance. How to calculate the load admittance? The load admittance can be determined as from this Smith chart, and this is OP. So draw the line opposite to the point P. Draw the line opposite to the point P. So draw the line opposite to the point P. This is the opposite direction. This is opposite direction. So draw the line opposite to the normalized load impedance. That line crosses the impedance. That line crosses the VSWR circle. That crossing point is considered as Q. That crossing point is marked as, this is the crossing point. This is the crossing point of opposite to the normalized load impedance and VSWR circle. So this crossing point is considered as Q. Circle is constant, or circle is 0.7, 0.8, 0.8, 0.7 and 0.8. So it is 0.72 or 0.73. 0.72 the resistance circle, and reactance circle is, and this point Q is below the horizontal axis, so it has negative reactance values, and approximately this is 0.8 and 0.9, and between 0.8 and 0.9, so approximately 0.85, 0.85, and this value is 0.72 or 0.73 resistance circle, and point Q is below the horizontal axis. It has a negative reactance value, and the reactance circle is approximately 0.85. So negative sign minus. Why negative sign? This point Q is below the horizontal axis. Minus J. Reactance value is approximately 0.8. And third step is determine normalized admittance. Once again, I will explain the how to determine normalized admittance from this Smith chart. So draw the line opposite to the normalized load impedance on the VSWR circle. This line crosses the VSWR circle. That crossing point is considered as point Q. So this is the intersection point. This intersection point is approximately, and R is equal to 0.72 constant circle, and X is equal to 0.85 constant circle. So now here negative sign is there. What is the meaning of the negative sign? This point Q is below the horizontal axis. This is the horizontal axis. This point Q is below the horizontal axis, so it has negative reactance values. So here we are considering the negative sign. So therefore, the normalized admittance at point Q is 0.72 minus J 0.75. At point Q, the normalized normalized admittance y suffix small r is equal 0.72 minus J 0.85. So next calculate the load admittance. That is normalized admittance. Now we want to calculate load admittance. So we know that the load admittance, the normalized admittance is equal load admittance by characteristic admittance. So the load admittance is equal to characteristic admittance into normalized load admittance. Therefore, the load admittance y suffix capital R is equal y suffix small r into characteristic impedance, characteristic admittance. Now here, what is the characteristic impedance? Z0 is equal to 300 ohms. Admittance is the reciprocal of the impedance. So Y0 is equal to 1 by Z0, that is 1 divided by 300 ohms into normalized load admittance. So that is normalized load admittance from the figure, from the Smith chart. 0.72 minus j 0.85. So that is equal 0.72 divided by 300, 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3, 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minus j 0.85 divided by 300, 2.8 into 10 to the power of minus 3, 2.8 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So that is equal 2.4 minus j 2.8 millimos. Next up is step number 4. Determine first voltage minimum. First voltage minimum and minimum admittance. First voltage minimum admittance distance. How to calculate first voltage minimum from this Smith chart? And this is the Smith chart and this is the horizontal line. So from the Smith chart, the first voltage minimum can be determined, and this is the horizontal line. And this is horizontal line. The first voltage minimum from the load lies along the horizontal axis, to the left side end of the Smith chart. And this is the Smith chart. In this Smith chart, what is the left side of the Smith chart? And this is left side of the Smith chart and this is the right side of the Smith chart. So draw the horizontal line, horizontal axis to the left side of the Smith chart. Draw the horizontal line to the left side of the Smith chart. And this is the left side of the Smith chart and this is right side of the Smith chart. So this left side of the Smith chart, this point is considered as point A. Left side of the Smith chart is considered as the point A. And right side of the Smith chart, this point is considered as point B. This point is considered as point B. The line OP, and this is the line OP. The line OP is extended to the outer circle, and this is the outer circle rim. This is the outer circle rim. So this line extends to the outer circle rim. The line OP extends to the outer circle rim. That outer circle rim, that is considered as the point P dash, and this is the point P. This outer circle rim point is considered as P dash. This point is considered as P dash. And what is this value approximately? This is 0.11 and this is 0.12. My value is approximately 0.14 lambda. And this value is approximately 0.14 lambda. Once again, the line OP, and this is the point P, and this is the point P. The line OP is extended to the outer circle. This is the outer circle rim. That outer circle rim crossing point, touching point is considered as P dash. At point P dash, the value is 0.14 lambda approximately. This point P dash represents load point. This point P dash represents load point. The position of P dash in terms of the wavelength is 0.14 lambda. The distance load point P dash and the first voltage minima point. What is the first voltage minima point? And this point A is the first voltage minima point. And this point A dash is the first voltage minima. First voltage minima or minimum. First voltage minima or minimum. The distance between the load point P dash and the first voltage minima point towards the generator, and this is towards the generator direction. So towards the generator direction. So towards the generator point P dash goes to the first voltage minimum towards the generator, measure the value. So this value is 0.368 Y minimum. That is the Y minimum. Y minimum is equal 0.386 lambda. So determine that value. P A dash is equal P dash A. So what is the P dash? That is the load point and A is the first minimum. P dash A is equal 0.5 lambda minus, and the load point is 0.114 lambda approximately. Sorry, this is 0.11 and this is 0.12. Okay, sorry, this is approximately not 0.14, 0.114 lambda, 0.114 lambda approximately this value. So that is equal 0.5 lambda minus 0.114 lambda is equal 0.386 lambda. Hence, the distance between the load and the first voltage minima is the distance between the load and the first voltage minimum is Y minimum is equal 0.386 lambda, but lambda is equal 1.5 meter. The wavelength lambda is already calculated. 1.5 meters is equal 0.58 meters. 0.58 meters.